when you get there, fingers pointed out, load, boom, front foot landed. Now my weight's 50-50. My next move should be rotational. Okay? Notice I didn't rotate yet. Okay, you have a lot of kids that'll, when they stride, they'd start rotating, throwing their hands right away. It's a really good drill you can do. It's just having the kids work on load, stride, and stay balanced. And notice I didn't throw my hands, my feet, my hips, my shoulders. They're all pointed same direction, right down the line. Okay? Not this. Not this. Okay? Now, if you want to get real technical, I'm just going to throw this out there. I wouldn't teach this. The hips do go first. Once this front foot lands, the hips begin to turn. Notice my hips turn. My shoulders stay here. It's hip-shoulder separation. That's real technical. It's a real hard move to do. It's a high school move, but it's called torque. I got my lower half pulling in this direction, my upper body resisting. And as my lower half goes and my shoulders stay here, notice what happens to my hands. They just kind of go along for the ride. Real technical, I wouldn't even go there with your kids. All I would work on here, everything's parallel to my line. Now my right hip just begins to turn. That brings my hands to here. Notice I didn't fly like this. It's just a slight move. Hips pull my hands, and then I make contact. Now at contact point, my hips have not fully rotated yet. It's after contact that my hips explode through the baseball. Okay? So again, I would just stress hip rotation, put the bat behind your back, load, turn. That's a great drill for them to understand hip rotation. Okay? You can even start it by, doing the old PE warm-up of just doing this. I mean, they know how to turn their hips. Okay? And when you're done with your swing, my whole backside should be through, and this is what you can practice on the balance beam, which we talked about earlier, is now, every time I'm done swinging, back foot pointed towards my target. Belly button should be almost left of my target. Chest on line, I got my whole weight through. And you could have the kids hold their finish. So when they swing, they do this. Dave, you can just walk behind me and just push my leg forward and get me through. Say, that's where you need to finish. Okay? And I've worked with kids as young as 6 or 7 or 8, and I've showed them hip rotation, and once they really understand it, they start pounding the ball. They start hitting it harder than they've ever hit it, because your weight, your power comes from here, not from up here. And these are your biggest, strongest muscles in your body through your hips and legs and thighs and your buttocks. And you really want to stress on getting them through. But it's just as Dave said, hitting and pitching are the same. You get to here, you explode your backside. Hitting here, explode through the backside. Okay? So again, I wouldn't really teach that whole torque idea, but I'd just really kind of focus on, hey, once that front foot lands, that's your anchor. Once you feel that front foot land, turn through the baseball.